there's another car accident. Like, there's a hit and run. Someone hit and ran at Audi, and like his whole back is fucking.
All right, Dawson.
I don't do the intro. I do the outro.
Should we do? That's what I'm telling you. Mix it up this week.
I'm doing
You're doing the intro.
No, I'm doing the outro.
Aaron, do the fucking intro.
Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Cover 4 Sports, where we all dog on Anthony because he's a douchebag.
So what we're going to do today, guys, is we're actually going to cover more than one sport on Cover 4 Sports. So we're going to open up the NBA season just kicked off about 2 days ago, guys. We had the Warriors and Lakers play, saw the ring ceremony.
That's a nice ring.
That ring's dope, man. You got the trap door with you got the numbers on there, and then you scroll it over, shows how many trophies. I think that's a little rude if you ask me, though, because Steph and Clay, they got like the 4 trophies, and then you get like Jordan Poole's just got the 1 trophy, and then the punch in the face. So it's a little tough for him, but they looked good. You had the Celtics also win on the other end. Kind of seems like it's gonna set up for a repeat. The Warriors look good, kept all their pieces, signed Wiggs, they signed Poole, so it's going to be the Splash Brothers, a pool party, and Wiggins is invited. So, we got the goodness from the Warriors there. I personally, starting the year, big Warriors homer over here anyways, but I do think the Warriors are going to repeat this year. Probably win over the Bucks, though. That Boston team... it's the same team. They're young, but the coach got caught with his. Yeah, we got caught with his dick in like one of the staffers or something. Oh, you didn't hear about this? Like, no, it's a little while back. Yeah, so he was fucking one of the video assistants or something, and he got like suspended for half the season or something by the internal of the organization. So a little bit of turmoil there, and it's always tough to come back. The Super Bowl hangover, just like the NBA Finals hangover, is all the same thing. So. I think in general we're talking about the Warriors coming back, and then Giannis, previous champion before the Warriors were. That team kind of had a tough break in the playoffs, but he's a dude. So I'll take Warriors over Bucks. MVP's obviously gonna be Steph Curry, so that's no questions asked there. What do you think, Dawson?
I'm honestly not comfortable making a pick yet for championship,
okay.
But I do feel comfortable about MVP, and I think it's going to be Embiid this year.
Ooh.
I think it's going to be Embiid. And it's actually, the reason I say that is because a lot of people are saying that he deserved it last year and whatnot, and so I think this is...
Who got it last year? Was it Giannis? Or...
No, it was...
Jokic.
It was Jokic, right?
Jokic.
It was second season in a row, right?
His second season in a row, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's because they had so many people that hurt on that Denver team, so Jokic really just did everything.
He literally
it was
did
numbers wise. It was like an Oscar Robertson kind of year. No, but I like Embiid. The question is, can you control James Harden? Like, can you find a way to make him pass you the ball if you're Embiid and not just shoot?
I don't know if y'all seen him this year, but he looks in shape. Like he's ripped this year. He's not the Houston James Harden that comes in, like 250, like looking like a linebacker, like.
Yeah. He got no beer belly anymore.
No, he looks cut, and that kind of worried me. I'm not gonna lie. Like
so,
Harden doesn't look like Leonard Fournette.
Well, I will say I saw the
not this year.
No, but I did see him in the game. He was raining threes and stuff like that. I didn't watch much of the game, but I did see the stats, and he was the main contributor for that team. But at the end of the day, that's the thing that concerns me with Embiid is, can he run the offense, or is it going to run through Harden? He's just
definitely going through Harden.
Yeah. So
sure.
But no, I love the pick. Embiid is a force to be reckoned with for sure. All right, who you got, Aaron?
I'm kind of with you, Alex, for the championship finals. Golden State, you can basically put their name up there every year, and you're gonna be right at least half the time.
Well, yeah, at least for the last 8 years, you will be right half the time because they got 4 out of 8. So, yeah,
I don't really think there's a lot of other contenders in the West. The Clippers, maybe they're getting a lot of pieces back this year. So, I think they could be, pretty good. They could compete with that. But, playoff P still plays on that team. And, he doesn't like performing those big moments. And Golden State has shown that they do, and they thrive in those moments. I think Bucks on the East are gonna win it, too. I don't think Nets have the team chemistry to make a run, and I like the Sixers, but I don't think they're quite as put together as the Bucks. And they got that championship pedigree. So I'd pick Bucks and Golden State, but maybe siding with the Bucks side to win it.
Oh yeah.
Giannis is pretty unstoppable.
I mean, it is a tough matchup if you think about it. If they are playing each other, who on the Warriors squares up with Giannis?
Mm-hmm.
You got Drew Holiday to guard Steph Curry too.
Yeah,
that helps because he's one of the best perimeter.
Because they lost Middleton in playoffs last year, and I
Yeah.
feel like with Middleton they were probably the best team in the East. I think
That's
a lot
fair.
of people are
That's
forgetting
fair. I
about
totally
that.
forgot about that.
And so I think there's something to be said there. But the other thing too with the Warriors, a lot of people are sleeping. James Wiseman's back, so people like no post presence on the Warriors. Wrong. Number 2 overall pick, James Wiseman, and he's
He's
big,
had a
dude.
quite a couple past years because of injuries, but he's
Yeah.
shown some spurts of.
If he's
Well, he could
he's
be.
what he should have been when he was drafted, it's trouble in paradise for the rest of the NBA because that just took the one weakness of the Warriors. Your center's basically Draymond Green. Now you bring in 6'1" James Wiseman. He already had like 4 blocks in the opening game. I mean, he looks good. He looks strong, and he's only 20 years old.
Yeah, he's young.
Yeah, so
Got a lot of upside. Just gotta stay
a lot
healthy.
of upside. All right, Anthony, what do you got? What are you thinking, man?
Well, I'll be the first to admit that out of the stable of us 4 here, when it comes to basketball specifically, I'm probably the least informed. I spend far too much time watching football as well as a couple other sports, but I will say that's mostly because my team hasn't been relevant since the days of Dirk Nowitzki. I am excited.
Western Conference.
Hey.
I am
Championship
excited
last year. What you
about
doing?
this team going forward, though. I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to win a championship, but I will go as far as to say that Luka will win an MVP in his career. I don't know if this is the year, but I know he will win an MVP in his career. I think that's one of the most exciting basketball players I've ever seen.
Yeah, anyone that hogs the ball as much as him has got to win an MVP at some point.
Exactly,
Yeah.
it's coming.
Have you seen the passes he has though?
I'm not saying James Harden led the league in assists one year. I'm just saying when you get that much attention, your passes don't have to be
He
perfect.
does get a lot of usage.
Yeah.
I would piggyback a little bit and just go with the safe bet for a championship call is to say the Golden State Warriors and just call it a day and assume that everything's going to work out. And if not, you'll get it right next year.
You're gonna be 50% right.
Definitely excited to check out like how this season goes and get more, I guess, inept when it comes to basketball. And I'm most excited about Luka Magic, man.
Me too.
Yeah. All right, fair. So, just an introduction to the NBA there. We'll touch more on it throughout the season as it goes. But, we wanted to kind of get a little bit into that. Next, we're going to bring up, obviously, segment we do every week, Homer or Helpful. All Cowboys fans here reeling after their first loss in four games.
Feel good.
Man, Cooper Rush looked like some booty out there.
Like a backup
man.
quarterback.
I've been hearing, and I looked back through some of the games after that game, and really, Cooper threw up a couple passes the last couple games that should have been picked. And I think the Eagles finally took advantage of those bad passes, and I think they got all 3 of them.
I just wish they didn't do it 3 times. That was
3 times.
that
3
was
times
brutal.
above. But I think we're talking law averages, right? These cornerbacks were dropping his bad balls, and I think the Eagles took the opportunity. And so I mean, we're not gonna have a specific question. I'm just how do you guys feel? Cooper Rush is done. The crush is over. He's moving on. He's going back to smoking his kush, the Rush Kush. So he's going to sit on the sideline. You got Dak coming back. I still see the wrap on his hand, but they say he can throw it. That offense looked pretty inept with Cooper throwing the picks, and the defense obviously kept you in the game long enough, and then eventually fell apart. But can this offense rise to the occasion with Dak Prescott? Can you guys be a dominant team on both sides of the ball now? Let's throw out the Bucs game. The Bucs defense looks great this year. Your defense looks great, and Dak kind of got hurt, and then we don't even really know what happened. It looked ugly. But is this a contender team? Is this a team with a high-powered offense with Dak at the helm, weapons, or is this a team that's just gonna, kind of be middle of the road, and we're gonna see an early playoff exit again, maybe a wild card behind the Eagles, and get matched up with a good team and exit early? I mean, let's talk about it. So yeah, go ahead.
I want to feel this one first. Okay, so I feel like Sunday, whatever his actual birthday is, we should just change Dak Prescott's birthday to Sunday. because there's no better game to come back to than facing the Detroit Lions. 32nd rush defense, and they're one of the worst pass defenses in the league, and they know how to.
So letting up 175 yards of rushing per game, 450 plus total per game, and an average of 32 points. No team has scored less than 27. Bam had those locked and loaded for you guys.
No, it's 34 points.
Is it 34? All right, maybe I missed that one. But I had those locked and loaded for you. I've got to agree with you on that, man. What a birthday.
As a Tony Pollard owner in fantasy football, I gotta say this past weekend was a little bit depressing, but as a Cowboys fan, it was great because Zeke looked like he could actually, be a starting running back in the NFL this past week against a pretty stout defense. This week, Dak Prescott comes back, and maybe he's still got the wrap on. I believe he got medically cleared just yesterday or today, so he's full go. He will be starting on Sunday. Dalton Schultz is active and healthy, so he will have all of his wide receiver core except for James Washington. Defense and everybody's looking phenomenal with the play they have with Cooper Rush. So, I mean, if you ask me how I feel great. I mean, I think this is a perfect gift for Dak Prescott to come back because even if he is a little off the margin, we're going against the worst run defense when both of our running backs look to be one of the best tandems in the league when you really look at it when it comes to, like, pure physical ability. So I think that right now, this game, it feels like a lock, but that changes things a little bit when you talk about like the long term. Is Dak going to be the solution? Are we going to
hate
have
him like he's going to be?
exactly? Do we have a championship contender team? And I think a lot of people are going to be looking at this Sunday like, how does Dak throw? How is he looking? I'm personally not too worried about it. I mean, I finally got to feel a little validated in the Eagles' loss for the first time about being right about Cooper Rush in the preseason. And
You were afraid maybe he was the real deal.
If Cooper Rush came out and won this game, I don't know how I'd feel, but I feel good. I feel better almost that Cooper Rush lost this game, so I don't have to question who my quarterback's going to be.
Well, and I don't think Cooper Rush won any of these games. He did not lose any of the previous four, but yeah.
If you look at week one, my quarterback lost week one though.
Yeah.
And that's just I'll say it like this. It was a bad game. It was a rough start for Dak. But I think that Dak coming back not only brings like a better presence to the same team, but it brings a confidence that's already there and it allows it to elevate. I like the state of the team. I feel good. I love Zeke. I love Pollard. I love Dak. I love Schultz. I'm just happy we're back. We're back, baby.
So contender or first round exit?
Contender.
Now.
With a defense like that, defense wins championships. Dak's back, and Dak can get points on the board.
All right, fair enough. We got Aaron.
I'll take a drink first.
You're gonna need that.
It's always tough talking about the Cowboys because they let me down so many times before. But, I mean, I feel pretty much the same way I feel every year with the Cowboys. They're going to have a great regular season record. We already know that. They can score in the regular season. They can win games in the regular season. But it's always whenever they play good opponents, quality opponents, especially in the playoffs, are they going to be able to make the plays that it takes to win games? Because they got the talent, hands down. You look at the roster, offense, defense, even special teams. We got playmakers all across the board. There's no reason that we shouldn't be a contender for a Super Bowl. We definitely have the talent for it.
So what's
the thing that holds me back is the head coach. Honestly. You saw it last week against Philadelphia. CeeDee Lamb reached out for that first down. Everybody knew it was a first down. He didn't challenge it. Instead of challenging it, he runs a no-huddle offense, which is like the worst thing you want to do. At least that have time to think about it. He's like, no, we're going to catch him off guard. Runs no-huddle offense on 4th and short and doesn't even get it. And it's like,
they didn't run it either. They had Cooper Rush pass it out in like a little out route.
Yeah.
I saw that.
It was terrible.
I think it was like on our side.
You're using the worst part of your offense at that point to try to get something you already had. Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's just the coaching moments like that where like he's a decent coach where he can he can lead a team in a certain direction, but when it comes to his time to shine, where he has to make decisive plays, challenges or timeouts or whatever it is, because he doesn't run the offense, he doesn't call offensive plays, he doesn't call defensive plays. Like he just has to make timeouts and challenges. That's it. But he messes it up every single time. That's what holds him back. Because in these close games, there's always those plays, that one or two plays that kind of turns a game. And an interesting thing I heard the other day was whenever Jerry Jones was trying to negotiate with Dan Quinn had like head coaching options, and Jerry Jones was like, no, I'll pay you more than those head coaches, more than that head coaching position to keep you on our team. But he also told McCarthy at that same time, like, if Dan Quinn leaves, you're out too. And so I thought that was interesting. He's like, either you gotta find a way to keep Dan Quinn on your staff, or that you're going to, and that just kind of shows how much belief is in McCarthy, and it's not a lot.
You think Dan Quinn's the next head coach of the Dallas
I
Cowboys?
would not be sad at all if that was the case. Him or Sean Payton.
I think
would
it's gonna
prefer
be Sean
Dan
Payton.
Quinn.
Sean Payton. Oh, well, yeah, because of the whole situation.
Yeah,
He's
I think-
basically waiting for McCarthy to get fired. And,
I think the thing that gives us the edge this year over like last year when we lost to Niners and stuff is our defense is coming together more because Dan Quinn's had more time to put together. And I think I could see us getting a first round win just off the defense kind of carrying us into that next one. But whenever we get to like a divisional and a conference championship games, that's when we're gonna have to see the offense make some plays for sure.
Okay, so the big question: first round exit or?
I think we make it past the first round. I think we'll contend. I think our defense is good enough.
All right.
I really quickly before we move on, I have something funny that I thought was just I saw the other day. It was James Washington coming out and saying he's like Mike McCarthy is the best coach I've ever played under, and I'm like, no, Mike Tomlin beats the Bucs, but no. Anyways, go ahead, Dawson.
That's like all the reports earlier in the year when Tyreek Hill's like, man, Tua's got a cannon arm. Nothing like Mahomes throws weak noodle balls. And you're just like, all right, bro, like I know what you're trying to do here, but nobody's buying that Mike Tomlin is a worse coach than Mike McCarthy, and no one is buying that Tua throws a harder ball than Patrick Mahomes. So I mean, that's funny. But you some of these players that get into these modes, right? They feel like they gotta say
They're
something,
salty.
and
I
they're
like the
salty.
energy.
Yeah.
But they're at least they're defending their guys, at the least that shows good team cohesiveness.
You
But
gotta defend who you
but
got,
you
not
get
who you
laughed
had.
at. You clowning out here, dog. No, not happening. All right, what you got, Dawson?
So I think Soda and Aaron both made great points there. And just to piggyback a little bit off this past game, I mean, I give it to him for contending in that game, especially with all the picks. And you have to think about it. Right now, currently ranked in the league, Philly has a top 2 ranked shadow coverage cornerbacks in the league. So,
Darius Slay the best quarterback in the league?
no, is it Garland? Is that his name?
Oh,
Sauce,
Gardner.
baby.
The
Yeah,
sauce,
Gardner,
the
Gardner,
sauce,
Gardner,
bro.
Gardner.
Walking around with the fucking cheese head. Y'all see
That was
shit?
so
That was
What a fucking
Dude,
troll,
When
man.
you get that Aaron Rodgers,
Yeah.
I own you when he's walking into the
Yeah.
Bears stadium,
Like,
dude, it
he's
feels
like,
so
what's
good for
up?
him.
I'm about to
feel that.
discount, double check your bitch ass all the way to the end zone.
Yeah.
And when he returned that first touchdown, that got called back because the hands weren't quite underneath it. But I mean, that kid's a player, bro, and
Look.
he backs up. Very Jalen Ramsey-esque for me. I mean, just a total dickhead.
I picked up the
I
Jets
love it.
defense in both leagues. I love you, Sauce.
It's just defense.
All right, but yes,
But
yeah,
yeah,
Slay.
but
I mean, Slay is Slay.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah, but I think he's number 2 in the league. He's number 2 or number 1, but fact check it. I don't know, but they're definitely top 2. And so with Cooper Rush with how he's throwing, like you said, I mean, there's a lot of plays in the past that we saw that should have been picks, and we just got lucky. But Slay's not going to drop those catches. But honestly, I think it was good for us for team morale and for confidence for Dak to come back coming up this week. Cooper Rush has his first loss, and I think it just opens the doors, and I think Dak's going to come out swinging, especially against the Lions. Like, I couldn't agree with you more.
Hopefully he doesn't come out swinging. Just hand the ball off like they should.
No, he's going to come
Let
out
him
swinging.
manage the game like back in 2016 when we were actually.
That's what we hope, but he's not.
Get
it's not
the
gonna be like
175
that.
You're right.
yards.
It's not
I
gonna be
need
like
20
that.
Pollard points.
It's
to
when
spend.
Dak
I
starts
feel you.
going 40, 50 times that we're in trouble.
The only
because
thing
we don't
I'll
need to-
say about those lines, man, you guys can't sleep on them because they'll come back for you. They may be down 24 at the end of the game. They didn't do it against the Patriots, but I mean,
They got
the
the
Eagles
offensive
saw them
See,
come
the
back.
only reason I'm not really worried about that has nothing to do with their offense or like
It's
the
the
shooting.
defense.
It's the defense.
Oh, it's a-
And
it's a defense.
same way that the Patriots defense didn't let it happen. And you guys are way better.
And I think there are a lot of offenses or defenses that they play that they'll do that against. I think the Lions are a very respectable team, but it's going to be a fucking tough sledding for them this week.
It's going to be a high-scoring game.
All right. So and then the big question: first round exit or contender?
I mean, I think Aaron said it best, really. I think we can get a first-round win, especially with our defense. Do I think that we're Super Bowl worthy?
Wait for Sean Payton.
Wait for Sean. or Mike Tomlin. I mean,
Or Mike Tomlin. Well, Mike Tomlin ain't going anywhere in Pittsburgh.
Defense
Yeah.
wins championships.
Yeah,
Defense
yeah,
wins
I don't know. But I will say this. We'll go ahead and just 3 homers right there, guys. Come on, they ain't getting out of the first round. This guy, Mike McCarthy, is at Nathaniel Hackett levels, but he is still got himself a job. Look, don't get me
Who's
wrong.
beating us?
Look, don't get. whoever. It was a 49ers.
Not
It was a
the
49ers last year with fucking Jimmy G. And what did it take to beat you? You guys don't know how to run out of clock or run out of clock properly.
yeah, that was a
I mean,
terrible
come on, it's a travesty, guys, and the management is just not there. Now, I will tell you this. Dak has the potential to be a very above-average quarterback. You have some weapons in that offense, but they're underperforming, and your offensive line is aging. That defense is legit, no questions asked. But I just don't think you have a central head right now that is going to move you forward. And when the lights get bright, Big McCarthy's belly shrinks, and so does his brain, and he out, man. So
Yeah,
no,
if I could say
I'm throwing some homers up because you ask anyone else besides a Cowboys fan, they just immediately look at
Everybody's a Cowboys fan.
They immediately look at McCarthy and go, "This guy ain't getting it done." And I can be Stephen A. Smith. I can put on my cowboy hat and go, "Damn Cowboys ain't going fucking nowhere." But I ain't as annoying as Stephen A. Smith. So.
If I could just say one thing onto that, I feel like
I feel attacked.
the key going forward for this team is that Dak. I feel like as long as Dak plays average, comparable quarterback play, which he should be able to do, and the defense keeps up the high level play they've been playing, that this team could do something. But the only thing I feel like is the focal point going forward is we got to keep this run game going. If we don't have a run game, then this team goes nowhere.
No, for sure. I agree with you there.
This team goes nowhere. Mike McCarthy can't walk fast fucking in the world. All right. Anyways,
Hey,
so
you lost some weight recently.
yeah, I'm sure it was like lap band surgery. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna move into last week. We put a couple picks out there. Some of them seemed a bit outlandish. Soda over here, really loved them Giants. Came out big, said they were gonna go into Baltimore and they were gonna get that shit done.
And I was right. Let's go, Giants Nation! I see you, baby.
Oh, wearing a Cowboys shirt and saying that. How about that? But I will say this on there. I said we'd bring that back up. First segment, when we start talking about football like this. And my apologies, Soda. I mean, we had a cover 3 on you. You dropped back and like Daniel Jones' resurgent career threw a late touchdown and took down the Baltimore Ravens. I truly can't believe. Is this team actually good, guys? I mean, like a quick note from everybody on that.
Yes.
Yes, I mean, but why? How is it?
They're not.
Is
good enough-
Dable a genius?
They're not good enough to win every game, but I feel like they're good enough to compete in every game. And if they get lucky,
So they're like
enough-
they're a first round exit kind of team, right? Like,
no, they're their team that could
They're a
just
contender?
as easily as they could be a first round exit, they could just as easily be a contender. I feel like this team is so.
I mean, they are beating
They have
some.
beat two
They
teams
are
in a row,
beating
but
some
still.
legitimate teams.
Yeah, I would
guys.
say, I feel like this
I
team
mean,
is so
that
confident.
that Titans win at the beginning of the year kind of seemed like a fluke. Now it looks like they played pretty bad in that game, and I'm over here like. You got Daniel Jones running like he's fucking Lamar Jackson, throwing the ball at times like he's Patrick Mahomes. That offense, even though the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL hasn't seen the field because apparently he's a dick and he's terrible. But I mean, Galladay's not even out there, and Kadarius Toney, their top round pick, ain't out there.
That's the thing holding them back. They don't got enough.
They
Dable
got
is
nothing,
saying,
and they're
Dable is
still
saying,
scoring.
I am playing with the guys that play best in practice, and I'm using my system, and it looks like Buffalo. And he's got it rolling. Dable might be a genius, or this is a giant fluke. I don't know. But man,
This team's playing
I
confident.
mean,
nevertheless.
you
Jets
well,
too?
you also have
Jeez.
Saquon that's been
All
hurt.
New
like
York
the
teams.
last-
It's just New
yeah,
York.
well, I'll say Saquon looks
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I mean,
There is no.
he's been hurt, but
Yeah.
he is legit.
Like, he's actually he's the lead for rush yards right
Yeah.
now, for scrimmage yards.
Oh, by far. It's not even
771.
close. Like, if you're talking about
Yeah.
running backs, it's basically Saquon and then the rest of the league.
Yeah,
I think
mean,
for scrimmage yards, that's actually Eckler. I could be wrong.
No, I'm pretty sure. It's,
no, not
it's
after
Saquon.
Monday night.
No.
But I will tell you this. I mean, they've got me surprised. I'm still waiting for them to trip up. But we will see. And hats off.
I mean,
to
they lost
Soda,
the
man.
Cowboys
I
with
mean,
backup quarterbacks.
respect for respect's due. I mean, I was ready to.
One of the few things I was wrong about last week was like the Steelers beating Tom Brady. I was
Well,
pretty
okay,
sure about it.
that's there was too much cocaine at Kraft's wedding or whatever, and he just came in all hungover.
Mitch
fucked
Trubisky
up.
QB1.
went ahead and blamed his offensive line, but we all know he played like shit. So I mean, I don't know. It's interesting with that, and then like you said, the Jets, man, what a weird rise of the Jets. I think that one's a fake one. You beat the Dolphins with a backup third string quarterback combo, and then you come in and Aaron Rodgers is just a little too high, I guess, on the ayahuasca, and he just slept on the Jets. Had some hallucinations. Sauce Gardner got in his head. Seeing ghosts like fucking what is it, Darnold? Seeing ghosts, yeah. Seeing ghosts, but he's seeing Sauce out there. That's the problem, and so I don't know. We'll see where that all goes. But I mean, that's kind of the wrap up of last week. Other than that, a couple of normal games happened, and Indianapolis. Hey, let's give it off, guys. Hats off to Indianapolis. Finally a win over the Jaguars in 8 years. So,
and why did Matt Ryan actually look good?
I think that's just a result of the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be the Jaguars at some point, and maybe Matt Ryan just had himself a good day, but God, such a weird way to win too. They're down 2 or 1 or whatever, and he still throws like a 30-yard touchdown pass to the corner, and it's just whatever. Those games are stupid, but good. Hats off to him finally getting the monkey off their back, the Jaguar off their back, right? So
they're getting Jonathan Taylor back soon.
Yeah, and it's so weird it was done without Jonathan Taylor. And no Naeem Hines. Well, I think they had the old Aurora South High School guy out there. What's his name?
I can't remember his name. He
played
popped
for
off.
Denver.
He went great. He went off.
Wide receiver?
No,
he's a running back.
Running back. He's the Denver running back.
Philip Lindsay.
Yeah.
Oh,
not Philip.
No, it wasn't Lindsay. It was
like their third stringer. It was some dude I've never fucking heard of.
Lindsay,
if you watch this, what is your
name?
name?
Yeah. Let us know.
Let us know, please, in the
comment
comments.
in the comments. Yeah, who the fuck is the running back for the Colts?
Yeah, look,
we
I'll
don't
look it up.
know.
Well, actually, the name is.
He was on the back. Him and Kenyon Drake were the 2 best running backs last week, and no one had them fantasy rosters.
I actually picking one.
All right, so let's move on to this week's pick. So format's gonna be a little different this week, guys. We've noticed this stretches out a bit, and nobody cares about a lot of these games. At least we don't. We're gonna go ahead and just let you guys know our picks. We're gonna track those throughout the season, see where they go. But we're gonna touch heavily on a few of the actual games. But so we'll start off with the ones we're gonna touch on heavily. So. Indianapolis and Tennessee. Indianapolis coming off that big win with Matt Ryan, and then you've got obviously Tennessee has looked average to above average at times, and then at times looks like maybe Carson Wentz is better than the whole team. So I don't know what to think of them, but I'll kick it over to you.
Carson Wentz?
So Carson Wentz isn't playing, but Carson Wentz they looked bad against Carson Wentz, and Carson being maybe Carson Wentz is back playing quarterback. I don't know, it's the same number. So, but anyways, so Indy and Tennessee, we got Indianapolis is plus 2.5. They are on the road in Tennessee, in the Music City. What are we thinking?
So I'll go ahead and take this one. And I do want to point out how this game this week is the only matchup. One, it's a division matchup, of course, AFC South matchup. So whoever wins this game is going to be first in the AFC South. But it's actually the only matchup this week that's both have a winning record. So Tennessee's 3-2, Indianapolis 3-2.
It'll be a fun week, guys.
It's gonna be a fun week. But
3-2-1.
Oh yeah, can't forget that very first game. Oh my goodness, that was a terrible game.
I can't believe that.
That's why I got
the
rid of
only
Blankenship,
game
but,
this whole week that is
it's
2 teams that have a winning.
Yeah, they have a winning
That's
record.
insane.
It really is. But
Wow.
But whoever wins this, lead AFC South. I think Indy's going to come out. They're hot right now. I think he's going to continue it, and I actually would take the spread there. They get Naeem Hines. I think he's practicing again. I think he's actually clear to play.
I think he's back actually.
Yeah, so I think he's back. So that helps out.
Is JT going to be back?
It's looking like he's in playing.
Yeah,
Sunday.
JT's still.
So on the road, you still like them. So you're going to take the plus 2.5? You think okay, they might lose on a last second field goal or whatever, so you take it?
Yeah, I would take that. I'm going to take the spread there, but I think Indy's with the spread. I think Indy will cover.
Yeah.
In addition to Indy looking good, I think Tennessee looks bad. I take Indy too.
Yeah. What's going on with Derrick Henry, by the way?
Just playing bad.
Yeah,
His
like
arm hurts.
I don't know.
He's trying to stiff arm, but he's like,
I don't know. He's like Boogie Miles, man. It's tough for him to break, but when he does, it's like a well-oiled machine. When you get some sand in the gears like that, sometimes it doesn't work quite right. So,
Yeah.
You got.
Yeah, I'll be the outlier. I'll take Tennessee.
Nah, I'm with you. Yeah,
Indianapolis can't stop the run. That's all.
50-50.
And I'm not ready to buy into Matt Ryan one good game against Jacksonville.
The only reason I'm buying in the Colts is because JT's back. That's all it takes for me.
You
That guy
know,
is electric.
but 2.5 is a great betting line right there. I mean, you win by a field goal, you get it. I love that when they give me a 2.5. Vegas does, and on top of that, I mean, Ryan Tannehill has good games and bad games. I'm just gonna hope this is a good one. So, and Matt Ryan's gonna come back out and drop it.
Still no Traylon
Fumble
Burks.
a couple times.
Yeah, fumble a couple times, and that Tennessee defense has played well this year, so we'll see. Yeah. So all right, sounds good. So Anthony, you kind of already touched on this one, so we're gonna throw this one to Aaron. But so Dallas and Detroit, we talked about Dak's coming back, all the stuff in the previous segment, but in this individual game, what do you see here, Aaron? For some reason, Dallas is only favored by 7. Which I say that now, but the Packers were favored by 7 against the Jets, and we all saw what happened there. So, favored by 7. We're in Dallas. Detroit's coming to town with probably the worst defense to ever set foot on an NFL field. What do you think?
Yeah, like you said, Detroit has one of the worst defenses. I think they're actually setting like a franchise record or like close to it for points per game. It's like they're right up there in that range of the year that they went 0-16. So,
Oh my goodness.
Thank goodness they got that early win.
It is one of the worst defenses
They're only
ever, and of course, I'm gonna say the Cowboys. I mean, hopefully, the only thing that I think can be their downfall is they try to do too much with Dak Prescott and throw the ball over the field because it seems like an easy opportunity. But if they just run the ball methodically, run out the clock, and keep the defense fresh off the field, then Detroit doesn't have a chance. If they start throwing the ball over the field and Dak makes a couple mistakes and the defense is running out on the field constantly because we're getting 3 and outs, stuff like that, that's when the game go out. But I'll take the Cowboys.
Okay. Yeah. So you got them with the -7.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Anthony.
I mean, happy birthday, Dak. Welcome back. It's simple enough for me. Cowboys.
Take it 7. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dallas all the way.
So, and I'm going to be the outlier. No cover 4 on this one. I'm going to have to take Detroit, but I'm obviously give me the points. I don't think that they're going to win this game, but Dan Campbell, he's got this, baby. I think he can cover late.
Come on there and buy some.
This guy thought the Ravens
Okay.
were going to win this week.
So did all of America, except so. So all right, yeah. So we got the Cowboys and then Detroit here, a split on the Indy and Tennessee. So all right, we're gonna throw this one to you, Soda. Big matchup this week. San Francisco coming off the bad loss to the Falcons. Marcus Mariota looking good now that he's dating Giselle. And you got KC coming into San Francisco. It's not Candlestick Park anymore, but I always used to love to say Candlestick Park. Unless they turn the lights off like they did in the Super Bowl, I don't see a lot of upside here. But KC only 2.5 point favorites. I don't quite get the line, but Soda.
Last week I
enlighten me.
picked the Atlanta Falcons to beat the 49ers.
Oh,
and
did you?
if there's any suspect that I would pick the 49ers to beat the Chiefs, let me just kill that real quick. No, dude.
No.
I'm sorry. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to be the Kansas City Chiefs. And the San Francisco 49ers, although they have a formidable defense and an offense with areas to improve despite some of their flaws throughout the week, I think this one's a lock. I feel pretty confident in KC's ability to get this done. Travis Kelce, do your thing.
Yeah, coming off that loss to Buffalo, it's got to hurt.
Means
you got some angry
nothing.
people. Yeah.
That team, angry or happy, it doesn't matter at all. This team will come out and perform.
Yeah, but
They were in a tough game. They will perform regardless of what happened last week, every week.
Travis Kelce coming in for 4 touchdowns, man.
Maybe 5.
All right, Aaron, who you got it?
I'm taking I'll take KC. I think it's gonna be closer than a lot of people think though. Niners have a lot of people that are potentially coming back off injury, like Trent Williams, Bosa. So I think Chiefs just don't really have a defense. So I think Niners are well rounded, but Pat Mahomes will leave to win.
You only got
Yeah.
Jimmy G.
Yeah, Pat Mahomes scored enough good though.
Okay, so covering the 2.5. Dawson?
Yeah, I'm going KC as well here. And actually, I was reading up OBJ. They're actually possibly signing with KC. So,
Oh no!
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, possibly.
He's looking at
Okay.
KC and then Green Bay.
A little
Green Bay
Juju
definitely something.
Beckham action
yeah,
back
yeah.
and forth there.
So that's something to watch out for. But yeah, I'm taking KC, and that's a juicy spread. So
God, I hope they don't sign him back for my fantasy team. Less targets for Kelsey. I like the offense now where Kelsey catches every ball.
I don't think
well,
the team really affects Kelsey. Kelsey's the top tight end.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, so yeah, we got yourself covered for it.
Cover four, baby.
Come on, this is one of those ones where it always worries me because Vegas might know something. Because what the fuck, 2.5 against a team that just lost to the Falcons. And you got KC coming off a bad loss, and they're just a good team. I don't know, but I'm not getting it. So give
It
me
is a
KC.
Super Bowl rematch.
It is, but man, give me KC. I don't get it. I really don't. So all right, we'll dive into the last one we're gonna do here with Pittsburgh and Miami. Pittsburgh Sunday night heading into Miami. The spread is 7. Interestingly, we picked 4 games, a 2.5 point spread or 7 point spread.
yeah, that's
It was kind of random. I didn't really do that on
yeah.
purpose. And so you got Miami favored here, and
Is Tua back?
Tua is back. So cleared
see
medically
again.
as of Saturday last week. So he's practiced all week. The number 1 guy, and I think what we've learned over these last 3 games, besides the fact that the Dolphins have not finished the game with the quarterback that started the game in any of these 3 games, which is insane to me, all due to injury. Skylar Thompson is, he looked good to start, and then Teddy came in and looked okay. But this offense, Tyreek Hill went 12 for 175 with 2 different quarterbacks and basically no touchdowns. So the offense went there.
You just get offensive line.
Yeah, the offensive line is trash.
QB.
Armstead's supposed to be back this week, so we didn't have a left tackle last week. It's someone we signed from the practice squad, so that's never a good sign. But this one, despite what happened with Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay, which I still can't explain that, but that does not lead to Pittsburgh having a good game here. Miami's got Tua back. I think they're going to sling the ball. I know there's still some injuries in the secondary of Pittsburgh. You can believe they didn't have their 3 top corners against Tom Brady, and Tom Brady couldn't do shit. I don't even
You see him
understand.
go off on the line.
And he goes on yelling at his offensive line
We're so much better than
when
this.
he's throwing
I'm
balls
so much
into the
better than
dirt, right? It's
Yeah.
like, hey, block better and I won't throw bad passes. Yeah, I don't think that's how it works, Tom. But I will say, the Dolphins, Tua coming back. Edmonds has hit the bottom of the depth chart, and Mostert looks great.
Is Mostert hurt this week?
No, he's gonna play. And you got Waddle and Hill still out there, and Gesicki appears to be a member of the offense.
he's still there. He's still there.
So he doesn't fit much in with the run scheme and the blocking required for a Mike McDaniel offense, which is why I think he was missing a lot of time. But when we were down late, he came in and he was running routes like a wide receiver. I think if we think smartly, I like him as our new slot receiver. I really
like a
think
receiver. Yeah,
he looks like a receiver out there.
He
play him
catches like him too.
Play him the way they play Kelsey. Or what was the stat I read yesterday? Mark Andrews has not been asked to block once all season
He
on
got hands
all the
like that, protect
snaps for Baltimore this year, and he has played over 200.
He's also the only receiver. that
Never
can-
had a blocking assignment.
McDaniel's still a young coach. I think he'll figure that out.
Yeah, so there's a lot of good, and the team's getting back, getting healthy, and hitting a really easy part of their schedule. And whether it's Mr. Trubisky or Pickett, I think Boyer, our defense coordinator, will be ready for either. And X is back. I heard a rumor that Byron might touch the field.
Ooh,
Nick Needham with the torn ACL, torn Achilles.
Yeah.
Last week.
Yeah,
Oh
serious,
man, that
serious.
was tough. He went
Yeah.
down in a heap, and he looked like he was in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
So obviously not coming back from a torn Achilles. So hopefully we can get some depth there. Byron coming back would be.
Y'all got a good secondary. Just
huge.
don't stay on the field.
Yeah, gotta stay on the field. So all right. So I got Miami -7. Give me that all day. I'm happy about that one. What do you think, Dawson?
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I mean, you said it really nice too. But honestly, and I'm actually gonna throw something extra in there. I think Tua passes for over 400 passing yards.
Oh my.
400 passing yards. He's gonna go off.
You want to put some money in there?
No, I will.
I wonder who's starting in Dawson's fantasy team.
Waddle.
And
Tua.
And Tua.
It's already good.
Right.
Give me all of them.
His
Give me all
fantasy
of
has 2 Infinity Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is 2 infinity and beyond. I think Tua comes out and plays, and I think Gesicki Waddle, Tyreek Hill, they're going to go off.
I need Waddle.
So, yeah, so it's gonna be a good game for
Yeah,
them.
I made a
I'm
trade.
going- I'm going mine.
Made a trade in my other league. I now have Mostert, Tua, Waddle, and Hill, but I'm not a homer for the Dolphins.
No, definitely.
Yeah, it's not a home. What you got, Aaron?
Which league is that?
it's my work league.
QB stack.
You know,
like,
I live or die by the Dolphins now, baby.
What are we talking about again?
Yeah, Dolphins -7. Like them or not?
Where's it at?
-7.
In
Oh, it's in Miami. Miami.
Miami gets even better too.
I think it'll be a close game. I'll take Miami to cover though.
Yeah.
If it was in Pittsburgh, maybe I'd have it cover the spread, but
Cover 4, baby!
I love you stand up for that.
I mean, look, I don't think Tua's going to throw for 400 yards. Give the Steelers defense some credit.
No.
They-
Wait.
Despite
No
all
credit.
injury,
No
they've been
credit.
playing pretty decent.
Okay, so when I like the 2 at 400 yards. So like, what do you like 2 at 400 yards or under?
under 400.
All right. So next segment, all right.
Yeah,
Ne-
we'll see
ne-
what
ne- next week when Tua goes off for 400, me and Dawson gonna be all up on you, Soto, all up on you, and be like, "Yeah, what's up, Tua? He went deep. He went deep." Or you can yell at us for being wrong.
Give me Miami.
All right, so we got Miami. All right. So now we're gonna run through the rest of the picks. Touched on some good ones there. Obviously, Cowboys fan, Dolphins fan, so those are probably gonna get touched on every week. And then we hit some good ones that were there. But we'll run through the rest pretty fast here. So we got New Orleans at Arizona. That is actually tonight. D-Hop back, and you got, it's about to start in 1 minute. D-Hop back, and you got Kyler Murray and the Cliff Kingsbury show, where those two just can't seem to get on the same page. -2.5.
Look,
In Arizona, I have the Saints on this one, +2.5, because I just have no belief in that Arizona team.
I've been against Arizona in every game this season. And I'm going to do it again. The Arizona Cardinals will lose this game, but DeAndre Hopkins will bring some life to this offense.
Okay, so we got 2.5 Saints.
I'm going off the DeAndre Hopkins hype video that he dropped today. It got me hyped up, so I'm gonna go Arizona.
All right, Arizona.
Yeah, I'm going Arizona on this one. I have to. Even though they haven't won in this stadium like the last 6 times, 9 times, something like
That's
that.
crazy stuff.
No Michael Thomas,
I take my
no
pick
Jarvis
back.
Landry. No Michael
But,
Thomas, no Jarvis Landry. I think Jameis is back.
Yeah. Oh shit! Is Chris Olave in my?
Chris Olave is.
Is he
and
playing?
He's the
He's
only
playing-
receiver.
he's playing-
He's been
he's
playing
the only
you,
receiver,
so yes,
yeah.
he's in.
Because I played him last
Sad.
week,
And actually the tight end
he
for
was,
New
he
Orleans
was
as well,
out
too,
and
so.
almost lost because of that. But thank God Mike Williams didn't catch a fucking ball. Thank
Dude,
you,
that was
Patrick
just,
Surtain.
oh my God, Mike Williams.
Thank
Get it
you,
together.
Patrick Surtain. You're the man. All right. Next, we got Giants at Jacksonville. Jacksonville is the favorite here at -3 in Jacksonville. So
Giants.
we talked. Yeah, saw that one coming. You got Giants +3.
Giants.
Yeah, I mean this one. Dable's a genius, but Vegas knows something here. So give me the Jaguars -3.
It's fair. They'll have a good game. I think that'll be a good game for real. But I think Giants.
I think Giants is going on a hot streak right now, but I think this is where it ends. I'm going Jacksonville.
Okay, and Aaron.
I said Giants.
Jags. All right, so
Giants.
we got 3. Oh, Giants. All right, so that's
Giants.
split.
The only team that can beat the Giants is the Cowboys, obviously.
All right, so Atlanta at Cincy. Cincy -6.5. That's a good betting line there. Cincy coming off the win over Seattle or over the Saints, and Atlanta coming off the win over 49ers. So I mean, two strong-ish looking teams last week. So what do we got here, Anthony?
49ers bad. Cincinnati, go ahead and take this one over Atlanta. That Atlanta win didn't give me much, even though I predicted it. I think Cincy pops off.
-6.5. All right.
Cincy.
Oh, Cincinnati for sure, no doubt.
Jamar
Sorry,
Chase can
guys.
score more points by himself.
Is it?
You're talking
I-
about Marcus Mariota.
I want to put the graphic up, but I can't. All right, so here's the problem when I got Atlanta on this one. I'm just telling you, I games with Cincinnati this year, every game's so close. I don't know why. Why can't they put anyone away? No idea. I don't know. So give me the +6.5 because probably Cincinnati probably wins by 3 or something like that. So I'll take Atlanta. All right, so Green Bay -4.5 at the Commanders. And obviously both teams coming off of
Taylor Heineke in the
and
building.
it is Taylor Heineke.
And
Yes,
Taylor
Heineke in the building.
Robinson
And gunshot wounds in there. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so who we got? Gunshot and the Heineken.
They stand a better chance for Heineke, but put some cheese on my head, call me a cheesehead. Packers.
Packers.
I'm
Packers
going-
-4.5.
I'm going Packers.
Packers.
Oh,
It
God.
should be the Packers, but will it be the Packers?
Is he gonna get his 3rd loss in a row?
What do you got? You taking him or no?
I'm going to call the Packers, but I swear to God, if you lose this game, I am never picking the Packers for the rest of the season, no matter what
Unless
the
they play
spread
the
is.
Cowboys.
No, I don't care. I'm picking literally every other team against the Packers if you lose this game. This is the Commanders. Cover.
We got
four,
cover,
baby.
Yeah, give me the Packers for sure. I'm with Anthony. God damn it, if you lose this game, or even not even cover. I mean, show yourselves to be the Aaron Rodgers Packers. All right, next we got. God, do we even? Well, I guess the spread matters. So Tampa Bay -11 at Carolina. Good old Philip is actually his real name, not PJ. Philip Walker.
Is he healthy?
From the XFL, he's gonna play. I saw it. So we still got Baker walking around in the boot.
Sam Darnold back?
Sam Darnold still got like I don't know his uterus hurts or something. I don't know. So
They're on
yeah.
fire so for their team, dude. I feel like
Man,
Carolina
well,
Panthers
Robbie Anderson's just getting fucking kicked out. Like their best wide receiver, the interim head coach, is like, I don't like you, and they sent him to Arizona. and suited up.
I know they haven't traded Christian McCaffrey or anything, but they've been like, I mean, hey, if you were willing to offer a lot for him, though, I would love to.
Yeah. Anyone got 2 first-round draft picks? Because we got 2 Christian McCaffrey.
Maybe like a 1 and a 2, you know what I mean?
All right, so it's 11 points. Tom Brady's got to cover, so that's a lot. Vegas is saying. So what do we
No,
think
his
here?
defense is okay, but give me Bucks game, maybe not covering the spread.
So you're gonna take Carolina
Yeah.
plus 11.
Say those words.
You have to say it out
Say
loud.
that you choose
have to say it out
Carolina.
loud. Nope, you're gonna take Bucks.
Choose
Taking
the Bucks.
Bucks minus 11. All right, Aaron.
I'll take the Bucks.
Bucks minus 11. Can he say it out loud? It's so hard. It's like it's like you know what
Third
you know
string
what's right.
quarterback. It's not even hard to.
It is kind of hard after seeing how Tom Brady performed last week.
Tom Brady-
The Bucks score
But
14.
I'm-
Carolina scores 0.
Leonard Fournette.
Covers the spread.
Yeah, 14-0 covers the spread.
I'm taking Bucks.
Yeah,
They're not gonna
we got to
score
cover
anything.
4, guys. Cover 4. And I'll say this just because honestly, I watched that game last week because it was in my survivor pool. The Panthers, a pick 6 is the only reason there were points on the board. It was 10 points for them, a pick 6. And honestly, even in that case, the Rams were still able to beat them by 14, and the Rams looked like
Terrible.
terrible. So yeah,
General.
that team is
Not
a
General
disaster. Not General Booty.
General Booty looked better.
Quality guy.
I should do like a side segment, just explain who General Booty
Yeah.
is. Insert that, like, right here.
Okay, so next we have Cleveland, Baltimore. At Baltimore, -6.5. It's not at home for Cleveland, so they tend to win
They
a
have a
lot better
chance.
on the road. So I'll just
pick
kick.
Mark Cooper in fantasy though.
I'll kick this one off. Baltimore coming off the bad loss. I'd like them. A 6.5 straight betting line. So yeah, give me Baltimore.
I'm going to second that. Baltimore all the way, but Amari Cooper does have a good fantasy game.
Only at home.
No, he's going to have a good game.
Aaron.
Baltimore.
Man,
The non-blocking.
Cleveland, just make it to week 11, and I'll feel a little different about these picks. I'm gonna go ahead and go Baltimore on this one.
Oh,
Cover 4. A reluctant cover 4. Soda's like. That was a tough one. All right. For the love of God, I can't explain this, but Denver -1 at
Whoever the
home.
opponent is.
Yeah, whoever
against the Jets, against the sauce,
Jets,
man. Against the sauce.
Jets.
And man, this line has been moving heavy towards the Jets. Opened almost at 7.5 and has dropped all the way to -1.
Minus
Man.
1 for the Jets.
No, it's +1 for the Jets.
The first
It's
quarter,
it's
like last
technically-
week's
it's
game-
basically a pick. I mean,
The first quarter of last week's game, when I saw Russell Wilson, I was like, no way this guy's about to have like a little resurrection.
and
But
he did not.
thank goodness he did not. So, I'm
Bro,
just-
as long as
yes.
Nathaniel Hackett is in charge of the Denver Broncos, and you can argue what you want about Russell doesn't look the same, but I'm watching those routes. They're running into each other.
I'm
no
watching
one's
those
going
decisions,
out.
too.
The decisions aren't great. That he's bailing on good pockets, but until Nathaniel Hackett's fired and they put a better offensive scheme in place, yeah, I can't touch it. That being said, fucking hate the Jets, so give me Denver.
Give me Jets, let's ride.
Let's fly. Jets.
I want Denver to win. Not because
Oh, you want
not,
them to win.
Not,
You
no,
want them to win.
Because
I
he's
want
the
them to.
quarterback of my fantasy team, I'm really tired
I
of
want them
losing.
to, and they're going to. And
Don't you have Russell Wilson?
I do.
He
My-
does have
my
Russell
team
Wilson and
name is
Tua.
Russell Sprouts. Okay, come on now.
This guy's a homer.
No, okay,
Homer.
get that out of here.
Hey, no, I
But,
got that.
but there is a receiver on the New York Jets that requested a trade. because he wants out.
Elijah Moore, because he's
Elijah
not getting targets, but I mean,
So-
Yeah,
Elijah
nobody
Moore.
wants Elijah Moore, so.
Send to
Yeah,
Carolina.
Yeah, I'm sure the XFL.
Yeah, no, Carolina's gonna take him.
Yeah, because they got rid of Robbie Anderson because of a dispute. But they didn't even talk about this. They traded him on Monday morning.
Defensive coordinator became a head coach. He's like, I'm doing that shit.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, how do you get kicked out by the interim coach during a game and you're traded before the next morning? You know what kind of calls you have to make that happen? They basically had to have, like, when he left into the locker room, the GM had to be on the phone with Arizona, like, the logistics required to get a player out that quick are insane.
They didn't even name
And
what
what's-
the trade,
what's funny
like,
is
what they received
We'll
for
probably
it.
do all right with Arizona.
He probably will.
Yeah.
He got decent compensation.
What was
They
it?
did. I think a
Marquise Brown-
6th and a 7th
Marquise
round.
Brown is hurt right now, right?
Right, yeah.
So
A
I mean,
6th and
it's a big
7th
game.
rounder for him. I mean, that's 2 picks. I mean,
Yeah.
for a guy you essentially told to get the fuck out. I mean, you know what it is, what it is. But anyways, all right. So we got Denver and the Jets. I think me and Doss may be picking with our hearts a little bit more.
No, we definitely are. We're being hopeful.
Yeah. All right, so we got Las Vegas at home in the desert out there, and Houston's coming to town. The mill is trying to take down. This is a battle of, believe it or not, the better team record wise is Houston at 1-3-1 over the 1-4 Raiders. What a shit show. +7 for Houston. Go ahead and give me Houston. I fucking hate the Raiders, and I can't do this. So so give me Houston to cover that one.
I'm taking Vegas on this one.
That's probably smart.
No, yeah, Vegas is no question. Vegas. That's it.
Yeah.
I'd take Houston to cover, but I think Vegas is gonna win. They're gonna run the ball a lot. If you have Josh Jacobs, play him this week because Houston cannot stop the running attack to save their lives. So I think it's gonna be a low-scoring game because it'll be running out the clock, running down the field. But I still think Houston will cover just because it'll be low-scoring.
You have Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams. You got this whole team that you've built yourself around.
Is this a secret?
And I'm
Is that
gonna
what your whisper?
no.
Is this
He's disappointed. It's disappointing.
This is like like the stern talking you have your child. Like
Not
you
mad, I'm
fucked
just
up.
disappointed.
Hey,
You fucked up.
I'm not mad, Raiders. I'm just disappointed. Okay. I'm going to pick
It's like
the
you
Raiders
just
this
found a bag of weed in the Raiders bedroom.
Bag of L's.
Yeah, bag.
That
You
should
found
never.
a bag.
That should have never.
This
been
is
there.
bad for your brain.
You were this close to winning most of those.
This is your brain with Devontae Adams. This is your brain with Derek Carr.
I'm going to put myself on par with the Packers here. That I'm going to pick the Raiders to win this game. But if you lose, yeah, I'm fucking done with you.
You got him by 7 though. They got to win by 7.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
put it on Houston. Houston's
All right.
defense.
No
is good.
Darren Waller.
The trash.
Doesn't matter. I
Okay.
got a good run game.
All right. So last on the Sunday slate, we got Seattle at the Chargers. Seattle +5. Full stop here. I am on the soda Geno Smith train. Love it, man. Fuck these Chargers. They look bad against Denver. And honestly, I don't know what's going on with them. These 4th down, going for it and stuff like that. I don't know how I feel about Staley. I don't know how I feel about Herbert. Give me the Geno train. In fact, I'm going to take it a step further. Give me the money line, baby. I don't care about the 5. Seattle goes into LA and leaves with a W, a little Jameis Winston W. Eat the W.
Chargers got one of the best defenses coming in the preseason. You think that they're going to have explosive players, all right? All this hype. And they've got me like negative points every time I play them this year. Geno Smith, have yourself a day, all right? That's some good football right there. Get yourself some valued Seahawks players. Geno, baby.
You want to step
Yeah,
on the
take
money
the
line?
money
with me?
line. Give me the
You
money
ready? Let's
line.
fucking go money line. All right. Well, what we got, Dawson here?
I'm taking the Chargers. Just because neither team has a defense, but I think Chargers offense is a little bit better with Eckler and Mike Williams. Maybe Keenan Allen comes back. I don't know, but Herbert have I think second most passing yards in the league right now, even though he's been out without his best receiver for most of the year. So I'm gonna take the Chargers just because Seattle probably won't be able to stop them. It's gonna be a high-scoring game. You got any fantasy players in this game? I don't care if it's a backup kicker. You play them all.
Backup kicker.
Well, we have Dustin Hopkins going to be out, so yeah.
Yeah, it really will be a backup.
Play
I
him.
mean, nailed that one.
Play him.
Nailed that one.
I'm actually going to go Seattle. Geno Smith money line.
Whoa, we got 3 on the money line, baby. We love this game. We love
Because
this game.
Geno Smith is
Is that the night game?
looking
Nah.
stupid
Oh,
for some reason.
33-25. Night games and Dolphins.
Oh, okay.
Well, because
Yeah.
this year's you got to follow the trend of terrible primetime games. You just need to make sure that you only.
I
Put
thought it was just on
shit-
Thursdays.
Oh, dude.
No, I'm
Since Amazon has Thursday.
Well, what was? Well, I
That
guess
was-
Saturday. What last week was the Cowboys. That wasn't bad, but Monday.
Sunday.
If we're following the trend, then that means this game that we're missing right now is like 0-0 dog shit, right?
Are the Broncos playing?
It is actually 7-3.
Who got 7?
Yeah, New Orleans.
Olave.
Anyways, was it Olave?
I don't know.
This guy doesn't know.
I don't know.
He hasn't picked up his
I
phone
don't
like
think
this
he-
entire podcast.
I don't know. Anyways, all right. So we got 3 on the money line for Seattle, and we got 1 Charger pick over here. So I'm just for this next one, I'm gonna do exactly what this team does in every game this year, and I'm just going to not show up to the rest of the podcast.
I thought we already
Bears.
Did. I thought we already did Denver.
Bears. I'll sit back down for that. No, Bears and the Patriots on Monday night, continuing with our theme of fucking terrible primetime games. I mean, it's 8 for the Patriots, which whenever you get 8, I can tell you from experience better in Las Vegas, that is just an absolute insult, because that's basically saying we have no faith in you as a team, like the Patriots, to score points, but we have no faith that the Bears will find any way to fucking be in this game, because if you're not hovering around 6 or 7, Vegas has lost all respect for you. So,
Even they don't want to bet in this game.
that being said, fuck, I don't know.
Is
Give me, yeah, it's Zappy. It's Zappy.
Oh, they
give
got
me.
Are you sure?
Yeah, give me
I thought they
the.
said Mac Jones is coming back.
Nah, he won't be back yet. Yeah, give me the Zappinator and Bill Belichick. If we're talking about a primetime game, if there's no players, because there won't be any, let's go with the best coach. I guess it's Billy. So I'll take my save.
Your junk is showing, bro. Yeah, your Zappy's down. I'm gonna go ahead and take Zappy as well. I think last week in calling that I was right, and I feel good about this team. I like this team. Sorry, a lot of people saying there's no QB controversy. There is. You heard it here first.
I'm going New England because actually their defense has looked pretty decent recently. Kind of like how they've looked in the past. So I think New England's going to easily win this one, as because they're also my Survivor League pick this week.
Ooh, I got the Bucks.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then Aaron.
I'll take the Bears to not lose by 8.
Cover 4,
baby!
Wait.
Pick the Bears.
He picked the Bears.
You picked the Bears?
he just.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just assumed you're an idiot.
I thought you said to not.
Idiot.
Oh, to not cover.
What are you saying? New England's favored by 8, right?
Yeah, but you
I
said
think
taking
the Bears
the
to
Bears
not
to
lose- not
oh
lose
to
by-
not lose. I thought you said not to cover the 8. Oh shit. All
Trash pick.
I'll take the Bears.
Cover 3.
I'm supplementing a trash can over his body
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, that is. Well, okay, so first segment next week, we gotta put a trash can
What
over
the
all of our bodies if somehow the Bears fucking pull this out and cover. But God, what a terrible pick, Aaron. God. All right, well.
And watch. I get eliminated from the Survivor pool.
Oh my God, that'd be
That's
great.
what I'm
That
hoping.
would be great. All right, so guys, yeah, this has been Cover 4 Sports, where 4 guys actually covered more than one sport today.
We
Two
really did.
sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, Giannis jersey.
We're halfway
From
there,
Greece.
baby.
We're halfway there.
Halfway.
I wouldn't hold your breath for any hockey talk here, but definitely maybe sometime in the future.
We'll have ice in Texas.
Yeah, maybe we'll mix in some college football or something like that.
Oh, we
but,
did college football.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Football, college football, not the same thing.
Yeah, at baseball game tonight, Yankees versus the Astros.
Talking about the solstice.
Yeah. Oh, and today, for all of you who don't know, this is the first sports solstice of this year. All the major sports are playing today. It's also going to happen on Sunday, I believe, because baseball will have a game is there as well. But all 4 major sports playing today. That only happens about, give or take, about 10 times a year or something like that.
I found this out.
Not exactly sure what it is,
It's a
but yeah,
beautiful day to be alive.
beautiful day to be
Beautiful
live.
day.
A lot of stuff to watch, so we're going to go do it. So,
Cover 4 Sports with the 4 of us covering force.
Enjoy.
get the jump.
Watch the laptop.